Interesting news coming from some NATO members this week as the Netherlands and a number of other European NATO partners are scrapping plans to buy 6 Boeing E-7 Wedgetail aircraft, jets which were to replace the alliance's old E-3A airborne warning and control systems. Let's look at this news, some confusion around the issue, and what comes next for NATO's plan to replace its E-3As. And so, according to Defense News, NATO operates a fleet of 14 E-3As out of an airbase in Germany. It's this fleet of aircraft that represent Europe's primary AWACS or airborne warning and control systems capacity. The old outgoing aircraft are based on the Boeing 707, an aircraft which left commercial passenger service decades ago. These NATO AWACS jets will reach the end of their lifespan by 2035. With the Dutch Ministry of Defense stating that they are a source of noise pollution. In a statement, Dutch State Secretary for Defense Gijs Tuinman stated, "The commitment remains to have other, quieter aircraft operational before 2035. The withdrawal by the US in addition shows the importance of investing as much as possible in the European industry." That last statement is quite bold when you understand the broader geopolitical context, with the United States putting up trade barriers and showing less commitment to the defense of Europe through the NATO alliance. Now, Defense News explains that the United States withdrew from the AWACS replacement program in July. The Netherlands Ministry of Defense stated that this removed the strategic and financial base of the program. But this may prompt a bit of confusion since the United States cancelled its E-7 Wedgetail program in June due to cost increases and survivability concerns. The cancellation was seemingly reversed in a revision of the military's budget a few months later, and then most recently funding for this aircraft was included in the bipartisan agreement to end the longest ever US government shutdown, despite the fact that the military still wants to gut the program. And so while the United States may go through with its own purchase of these E-7 Wedgetails, it has still withdrawn from the NATO AWACS replacement program. In case you're unaware of this NATO program, it originally saw membership from the Netherlands alongside Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, Norway, Romania, and the United States. But of course, the United States stepped away in July. And so, the remaining 6 NATO countries are now exploring alternatives and looking at new partners. And so, what will these NATO members be looking at if the product from Boeing is unavailable? Well, the main European alternative to the E-7 is Saab's GlobalEye. Indeed, it was reported by Saab CEO Mikael Johansson in October that the company was seeing quote-unquote huge interest for the plane, including from NATO, Germany and Denmark, as well as other countries. With Saab being a Swedish defense firm, its GlobalEye system is built around a Saab radar and sensors mounted on a Canadian-built Bombardier long-range business jet. Now, it's not just the Saab GlobalEye that could be considered. Indeed, coming from France is Dassault Aviation proposing a modified version of its Falcon 10X for the role. However, as Defense News notes, that system's prospects took a hit when France said in June it would buy Saab's GlobalEye. So, there you have it. Some very interesting times for NATO amid changing US policy and posture in the alliance and around the world. What do you think of this decision? And do you think there will be any pushback? Let us know by leaving a comment.